Hey, hello, and welcome back to my channel. My name's Susan, and today I'm going to be bringing you my Tis the Season Readathon TBR. Now, the Tis the Season Readathon I'm actually really excited for already, and if I actually turn my ring light off here, you might be able to see my lights a little bit better. Yeah, I have twinkle lights now. I have twinkle lights, and I have ornaments, and I'm excited for Christmas, and I'm really trying my best this year. I'm actually going to keep that off. I like that lighting better, But anyway, I'm actually trying my best this year to really get into the Christmas spirit. Last year, I really let my mental health get in the way, and I didn't really let it get in the way, but it did get in the way, and I was not in the mood for Christmas when Christmas came around, and I'm starting early this year. So anyway, let's get right on into this TBR and what the challenges are. So I have everything written down on a cute little note card here, but the Tis the Seasonathon is going to take place from December 2nd to December 8th. And there are 6 challenges to read over that period of time. So the first challenge is to read a book with snow on the cover. The second challenge is to read a holiday themed book. The third challenge is to read a book you received as a gift. The fourth challenge is to read a book while eating your favorite holiday treat. And the fifth challenge is to read a book title related to music. And the sixth challenge is read the buddy read book, which is 10 blind dates. So let's jump right on into what I have planned for this TBR and what challenges it can fit. Hey, don't you be coming on tape right now. So the first book I actually have planned to read for this challenge is 10 Blind Dates by Ashley Elston. I actually don't know much about this other than it has to do with Christmas heartbreak, and what can be better, honestly. Well, a lot can be better, but I mean, this does sound like a cute little fluffy contemporary romance and very holiday themed, and I will be actually definitely diving into this. I bought it specifically for this readathon. The next book I have planned on reading for this readathon can fit a few different challenges. It can fit read a book with snow on the cover, read a holiday themed book, and read while eating your favorite holiday treat, or read a book title related to music. And that is Let It Snow by John Green, Lauren Miracle, and Maureen Johnson. And Let It Snow because of the song Let It Snow. There is snow on the cover if you look closely for the movie edition here. The movie tie-in edition. And it is a holiday themed book, so yeah. The next book I have planned on reading here can fit another few different challenges, which would be the same read a holiday themed book. I can do it while drinking my hot chocolate or eating some gingerbread cookies or whatever. And it actually is also another one that has snow on the cover, and it also has the title related to a song, and that is My True Love Gave to Me 12 Holiday Stories, which is written by all of these fabulous authors and edited by Stephanie Perkins. And yeah, I actually really want to get into this one too. I think reading the stories that have multiple short stories in them might be better for me during the readathon, because I have to be studying for finals and stuff coming up, and I have a lot of other school stuff going on that I'm gonna need to be getting ready for, not just reading. The next one is once again another one that can fit them read a book with music, book title related to music, book with snow on the cover. So, and this one's I think the first one that might not be a holiday book itself, but that is Conceal Don't Feel, A Twisted Tale by Jen Kalanita. Jen Kalanita. I am terrible at names, but I've actually attempted to read one of the Twisted Tales before, and I just couldn't get into it at the time, but I would like to get back into it, and I figured why not get into one of the other books that would be related to music with this one, because Conceal Don't Feel, Don't Let It Show, or whatever, from Frozen, and this is a Frozen related book, because it's What If Anna and Elsa Never Knew Each Other. So yeah, there's that, and I really want to get into this one because I know Jamie wants to know how it is, and I did order it specifically for this readathon. Now this book, along with a few others on my shelf, I probably could pull off to try to remember to read, but this would actually fit for the same one, holiday themed, snow on the cover, and actually would count as a book I received as a gift, as I got this from my dad either last year or the year before, whenever it came out, for Christmas, and that is Kiss Me in New York by Catherine Ryder. Now I'm pretty sure Jamie's read this one and I haven't. It is so short, and I meant to read it on Christmas the year I got it, and I just didn't. I don't know why, but looks like it would be a fun contemporary, and yeah, that's really all I can say. Now this last one is actually, I think, the only adult book on this list, besides I think one of my maybes I might try to fit in to like challenges to just see so I have options and stuff. But this one takes place during the holidays, has snow on the cover, and it does sound interesting, and I think Jamie said she heard really good things about it. And that is One Day in December by Josie Silver. Now I don't remember much about this. I know it's a romance. That's all I know. And it's like a Christmas romance, and so I figured it might be a good idea to read this, and I might be able to get into it during the readathon. Alright, so now the next set of books are ones I want to try to fit into the readathon, but like one I'm going to give an honorable mention to that would fit along with the holiday theme. It's just if I can get my hands on a copy before the readathon, and that depends on my funds. And that is The Afterlife of Holly Chase by Cynthia Hand. Emma Books really hyped it up last year, and I really want to read it. And I'm thinking maybe the readathon would be the perfect chance. If not, I do plan to read it before Christmas this year, but I would like to read it during the readathon as well. The first book I would like to try to fit in during this readathon is total fan service, but that is Snow Falling by Jane Gloriana Villanueva. Now, I love Jane the Virgin. Jane the Virgin is one of my top like 5 favorite TV shows. It's hilarious, it's funny, it's sad. I loved it, and I loved the thought around the book that she wrote of hers and Michael's relationship before he passed, and it's so cute, and I want to read it, and I'm so scared to read it, and yeah, I hopefully will get into it soon. The next one I want to read, it just seems like it would be like a perfect like wintry book to read, and I don't know, I could be totally wrong, but I'm reading The Cruel Prince right now by this author, so you know that should already spoil the author being Holly Black. But like I'm really loving The Cruel Prince, and this one by her I want to read is The Darkest Part of the Forest by obviously Holly Black. I just know this has to do with fairies, and fairies seems kind of wintry to me. I don't know why. They always have, they always probably will, but I really want to get into this one soon. I did buy it earlier this year, so it would be a nice addition to my yearly read and get something off of my TBR. This next one's been on my TBR for way too long, and a lot of people have loved it. It's got a spin-off series, or it's like a continuation series, and I just want to read it to see what the first trilogy is all about, and that is Shatter Me by Tahara Mafi. Wow, that took me way too long to say, but either way, I just want to get into this to see what it's all about. I own the first 3 books, and I bought them all because I just wanted to see what this was, and I started reading this at one point, and I really liked like the first 2 chapters, and that's all I got to, because then I put it down and I just never went back to it. Next book is one that I want to read, as well as the other book by this author that I know she has, but that is Gone Too Far by Natalie Richards, and I also want to read 6 Months Later, but I have no idea where I put my copy at the moment. So I just know this is like a mystery thriller, and I really want to get into it. I'm starting to feel like a mystery thriller mood as well as my fantasy, so maybe it'll be the perfect time. The next one is just one that gives me the vibes of winter because of the cover, because it has snow on the cover, and it looks like it might be sad, but it is How to Save a Life by Sarah Zarr, and I don't know anything about like this book at all. It just says on the back, a light snow had started to fall on top of the snow already on the ground. Why couldn't the cab driver have waited to make sure I got into the station? Did he notice it was closed? I would have noticed if I were him. This is what I'm saying. This is what made me want to cry. It felt bigger than only a cab driver, a stranger leaving me in the snow. It felt personal, abandonment. Knowing no one really cares if you stay or if you go, or if you freeze to death in a train station parking lot, or if you simply disappear. I've been knowing that a long time. Like, this sounds interesting, and it also sounds depressing, but like it does sound really interesting, and I do want to get into it soon. It might actually be the perfect winter read, seeing as like that opening thing in the back has to deal with snow. And the last one is actually, I think, the only definite mental health book on my list, and that is Paperweight by Meg Haston. It's been on my list for way too long. I do want to read it soon. I want to really dive into this soon. I really want to just read this, like, if you can't tell. And I know it just has to do with eating disorders, and that's all I know. And I just want to get into it and read it. Anyways, that's going to be it for my TBR for the Tis the Seasonathon. If you want to know more about this readathon, please, please, please follow the links. Well, follow their accounts on social media. I don't remember what their Twitter is, but I do know their Instagram is TisTheSeasonathon. And I really actually am looking forward most to reading 10 Blind Dates. So that's going to be all for now, guys. I will see you soon in the next video.